With the modern tools of education, school can become an exciting adventure.
As an educator, I have an obligation, as does every other educator, to educate kids for their world, not ours.
A trip to far-flung corners of the earth.
Click on it and it moves all around, so you get a 360-degree view of each of the little spots that we are going to visit.
An exhilarating, interesting experience.
Oh my God.
With the processes of learning speeded up to meet the many complexities of modern life. Our courses of study must awaken the natural curiosity of youth.
What other companies make it look like that?
They have a little thing there where you can actually hear the rattlesnake.
Does anybody pick grapes in here?
For the future of our national welfare depends upon the product of today's classroom. And that's our future.
Action.
Welcome to Oakland Junior High School in Lake Elmo, Minnesota. Take 3. Follow me.
When I grew up, I had tools in school. It was a calculator. My dad had a tool. It was a slide rule. My oldest son had a tool. It was a graphing calculator. And my youngest son has a laptop.
If you take one look around our place, every desktop, every conference room, every fulfillment facility, every shipping and receiving dock has access to computer technology and needs access to computer technology. So it is essential.
There really isn't a job in the bank where you can work without the use of a computer, all the way from our entry-level teller and clerical jobs all require computer use, as do the higher-level management jobs.
If we don't rely on technology, we're in the dark ages. We'd be passed by.
I've seen portables go from the size of a sewing machine to the size of a notebook. I've seen the cost go from literally the cost of a car to, I think it's probably the cost of what I pay for my car insurance.
I think this has been the best one so far that I've done.
I felt 2 years ago we had stagnated. We weren't moving. We had reached a point where, in order for the program at Oakland to move ahead significantly, we had to do something dramatic, and I'm a great believer in the statement, if you keep doing the same things, you get the same product.
Sometimes all a school needs is a little facelifting. Here's the old, and here is the new miracle of modern posture seating and lighting.
It's kind of revitalized my career.
I like change. I get bored if things are getting too comfortable.
It's not the same old class.
But this way, I am constantly getting new ideas all the time, and I like that.
Even kids that struggle to stay on task, they're on task. Where before I would put in 40, 45 hours a week, now it's 50, 55. And that's reality. But it's been fun 55 hours a week.
It's just been energizing, invigorating.
It's just like a book, but more advanced and more fun. And so taking it away or not even trying it, I think is hurting all of us.
If we don't invigorate the process of education at the right age with kinds of tools like laptops, we're not going to encourage kids, particularly young girls, to pursue these careers. And it's not only a good business decision, but it's a strategic decision for us.
It dawned on me one day, these young people live in a different world than I do, and their world is going to be changing all the time. And what we were doing at Oakland was primarily educating kids for our world, and that's not appropriate.
And I think that's what the real success of one-to-one will be, is that kids can connect immediately with other kids, but retain the needs they have to develop and explore on their own at their pace.
We have that opportunity to give them. Why wouldn't we want to do it?
There's this poster in one of my teacher's room that says, "Reach for the moon, and even if you miss, you'll land among the stars." And it's just, You know, that's what's going to happen. And I think, honestly, I think we've reached the moon and we've only just started.
And there's this beautiful St. Croix River that divides us from the state of Wisconsin. And I thought to myself, how did the pioneers ever have the courage to cross that river?
Risk doesn't mean being afraid. It means going out there, being ahead, being a pioneer.
Well, the journey's been a fascinating adventure.
And you know, somebody's got to do it first, and somebody's got to take a chance and take the risk.
No one can work without tools. I'm all for giving the schools the best that can be had.
So it was a gutsy decision by the school board. I think it was a good decision, and I think the community will find out as we go forward that it was the right decision to do.
You know, in spite of how much I rely on technology, I was probably a little bit unconvinced. But, you know, the more I thought about it, to me, the adoption of technology in a school, it's not a question of if it's going to happen. To me, it's just a question of when.
What kind of behavior do you call this?
When we have a problem with the computers, we look for the youngest person in the building, and they sure enough usually can help us.
I've learned from these kids. They know their stuff. We work together, the kids and I learn from them, they learn from me, we both grow. Isn't that what it's all about?
Yeah, my dad and my mom both know absolutely nothing. So whenever they have questions, they always ask me.
But as far as getting into search engines and looking for information, that's just something that I haven't figured out yet. And Jade will come in there and she'll show me how to use Google or how to use some of these other ones. And it's almost like it's a fifth sense for her. She just does it.
I'm really smart compared to my parents.
Me too. They won't even get the internet because they don't know how to use it.
One of my teachers, they didn't know how to work PowerPoint, and with all the technology we use in other classes, I was able to help him.
My mom's better than my dad. My dad really didn't know how to turn on the computer before. I had to kind of tell him how to do that.
You know, I thought I was pretty good. I've got a computer since I was 7, but they know so much more, and you can learn from them. The students teaching you how to do things is just going to help your relationship with the students and make for a more productive classroom.
People are familiar with the term digital immigrant and digital native. I'm a digital immigrant. She grew up with these pieces of technology at her fingertips, so this is the way she thinks. She walked in, the first day she was here, she wrote this web quest that the kids are working on right now. And I looked over her shoulder and I learned from her. She's the future of education.
My mom, we sat in bed one night and she helped me with my homework sometimes. I don't know, we do it more together now.
My parents are highly interested in technology, so we work together on our laptop and it works out good.
My brother and I really bonded making music through this and everything.
10 years ago, I mean, computers, you had to be where the computer was, and that did put the son or daughter in the study or in the bedroom upstairs. Now with laptops and wireless networks, really you can operate a computer anywhere in your business or in your home. I think that's been a very positive response.
My husband got a box the other day that makes my daughter's computer wireless, and now my daughter is able to sit right at the kitchen counter while I'm making dinner or something, and we're able to converse and be around each other more.
It's bringing the teachers together as a whole, helping them teach as a group.
I've asked kids, can you explain what this particular term means to me? And they explain it. You look at each other differently and you're a lot kinder to each other, I think.
It was about what are we going to provide for our students and what can they do then with the opportunity that we've provided them. And that was the driving force, is that we were speaking for the 1,000 students who were in Oakland School this year and the 300 more that will be coming each year in 7th graders that don't necessarily have a voice and don't get the opportunities.
It's probably the great equalizer in terms of opportunity for kids, and that's worth being a little uncomfortable with.
From the get-go, I made the statement we wouldn't have have-nots.
Not everyone gets this opportunity. Now they're really starting to realize that they are, and that not everybody gets a laptop that they can use every day for anything, or almost anything.
When a student takes responsibility for his or her own learning and they're using technology to do it, it makes possible for a teacher with 150 students to really individualize the instruction of every student. And that's what this technology may actually be able to do.
The only way to get to IEP is with the use of a computer that is networked across the globe, so that kids can advance and develop at their own pace, and so the teachers are freed up to focus attention where it's most needed rather than bringing everyone into the same box. And that is a life-changing or a culture-changing part of one-to-one initiatives.
For me, I'm visually impaired, and so it's been really difficult for me to write, and I've been typing most of my work since about 4th grade.
Even students that were considered bad students, they're actually having fun doing their schoolwork and doing their homework.
Also because it's more hands-on, and because you just remember more of it, rather than someone reading a report, you remember like a slide with information and pictures and sounds.
It levels the playing field for a lot of 7th graders who have poor penmanship, who have trouble putting sentences together, because once they get it on the computer, it's easier to read and they can see their mistakes.
Having the laptops makes you want to do your homework because it's not being boring and writing out page after page of notes, and you're actually being interactive with your laptop. It's just awesome.
And it's helping them find what they like to do. It's helping them find the thing that they're good at. Like maybe you're not good at book smarts, but maybe you're good at technological things, or maybe you're good at accessing different things, and you would maybe never know that if you don't get the chance.
It's for all of us, every single student and family in this school.
The help desk concept that Oakland has, I think they have it down to a T. They have a very skilled set of people working there, but most importantly, they have a process set up so it's very clearly defined about what issues come there, how they're taken care of, and they minimize the downtime for students as well as machines.
And it did take a lot of organizing ahead of time before we actually got the computers out into the kids' hands, and we kind of tried to anticipate things that might come up.
But you can't anticipate it all.
Yeah.
So you have to relax a little bit and realize that there'll be a lot of things that happen that you didn't plan for, and you have to just roll with it.
It's worked really nice to have people that know, that are thinking on the same lines that I'm thinking of and being organized about it. Organization is really the key.
Apple has a relationship with the learner, providing tools to the learner for them to then create the learning experiences that most benefit them and can help them grow and gain the most. And that's the thing that I think is significantly different about their product and how they see their product being used. They don't dictate how it should be used. They say, here are the possibilities, and now it's up for you to create your learning with this product.
Also, students, please remember to charge your laptops at home each night.
Welcome to our world.
Kids, they're just more interested whenever they're using the computers.
Now with the laptops, it's instead of leaning back, we get to lean forward and work. We get to be in it. We get to produce the stuff that you look at.
I like it a lot more than looking in books and writing on paper and stuff like that. It's a lot more fun. You can get more information out of like different sources, like different websites and all that, and not just from like books, because then it might be like from like 1980 and it might not be like correct or something.
I like that we can just hand things in on the computer by going to a Dropbox.
You can go to Beyond Books, which we've been using a lot in science.
Because now we can organize everything in the little folders, and before it's like my locker would be piled up with stuff.
Oh yeah.
I open it and it would fall on my head.
I don't even have to, like, a lot of times now, I don't even have to worry about going into my locker because I can just bring my laptop with me.
Like using the iBook, it has more stuff that you can actually see instead of just taking something for granted that someone says.
Yeah, like online textbooks.
Yeah, online textbooks.
You don't have to worry about someone not having their book because you always have it.
Like I'm like, cool, I have my own laptop. This is so cool. Like,
you can make an album with this. You can have like, it's like having a little studio right in front of your computer. Right there.
And not only has this like helped us, learn more creatively and want to learn, and taught us responsibility and time management, but I've noticed too that it's kind of brought manners to kids. The hallways, they are a lot less rowdy than they used to be.
It just makes everything 100 times more fun.
music videos. They did graphics. I'm not sure what the software is called.
It's iMovie.
iMovie, and I was blown away. I looked at this and thought, this is my future, and I'm so excited.
But in order to maintain a vibrant economy and have businesses that can grow and survive, just like ours on a smaller scale, we need to continue to generate the intellectual capital and innovation out of the kids that are in our schools. We weren't doing that. We were, even as one of the better school systems, we were tremendously underserving our kids from a technical, innovative, and engineering perspective. And those three things are so crucial to success in the next 20 years.
There's so many people that are like, oh, I don't want them to have them, but it's like, if we can get the knowledge now, just think how good their future is going to be. We're going to be running their country.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
This laptop initiative has taught these children at Oakland to be spokespeople. They're not afraid to talk in groups. I mean, you do not get that out of a lot of 7th, 8th, and 9th graders, and that's who I want taking care of me when I'm older. Someone who's been on a level playing field, is not afraid to communicate, and has had opportunity because of this school in District 834.
And the outcome is going to be our kids are going to be more interested in education, and they're going to go a lot further than they would have gone had they not had these tools. And that's the name of the game.
If I were president of the United States, I would definitely try to get a laptop initiative in every single school.
Well, we wanted to have the students decorate their laptop cases to kind of give them an ownership, more of an ownership with the laptops.
Yeah, what do you think of the case?
I think it's like sturdy enough to hold it, and then you can like decorate it with anything you want. So it's nice because then if like you have them stacked up, you can like see what one's yours because it'll be decorated the way you want it.
Piece, unbelievable, because it's smiling at you. This is a winner, can't be beaten.